We spent over $8 million in one Facebook ads campaign, and I thought it'd be cool video just to kind of break down what does $8 million spent in one Facebook ads campaign look like. That being said, let's dive into the video. So may have clickbaited y'all a little bit. We actually ended up spending $6.6 million in one campaign, and the other one's $2.2 million, but they're both the exact same product and everything. We fucked up and we had to create a new campaign due to changing attribution settings in a test. Long story short, we still spent $6.6 million in one campaign, but combined total, comes out to $8.8 million we spent over the last 3 years for this client. It's a client we still have on right now. We've been working with them since October of 2021. So we're about to make 4 years this client, and it's a lead gen client. And yeah, we scaled them up. Like when we first came on board, we were literally spending $1,000 a day. When we first came on board, I think the most we ever spent in one day for this client was over $20,000 in ad spend in a single day. And we're converting somewhere in the realm of 4 to 5x return on ad spend. So just to give you context on that, 8.8 million, let's just say 9 million. Let's just say a 4x ROAS is $36 million in the last 3 years. 5x ROAS about $45 million in terms of what we made that client. So let's kind of break down the structure a little bit more. We're going to dive into this one right here that spent $6.6 million. First things first is all that bullshit of a testing campaign, a scaling campaign. I don't do any of that. I don't know why. I still get people commenting on it. Nick, what do you do to scale the creatives? I'm like, just fucking increase the budget of CBO. That's all I do. It's very easy. And that's all we did in this particular campaign right here. So we've had over 189 ad sets in this campaign. I just create a new ad set every time I launch new creatives. So if I have a iteration or variation of an existing ad, I still launch new ad sets every time, just to clear that error right there, because there's a lot of people that always ask that question. So on average, I load in about, let's say, 189 ad sets. I load in on average 3 creatives per ad set. We've created almost 600 creatives in this campaign. And this campaign's probably been on for about 2 years now, whereas this campaign right here was on for about a year. So we're probably looking at 600 creatives. That's 300 creatives a year. You divide that by like 50 or 52 weeks. We're coming out about 6 creatives every single week we've been producing for this client for the last 3 years. Now, this is just the last 7 days of results because it is cool to look at the maximum, but I also do want to give y'all some context of what the last 7 days look like for this particular account. Obviously, we have just our main winning ad sets that are currently live right now. I'm not using a main ad set. I just launch creatives in each ad set when I test, and then if it gets spin, it gets spin, I leave it on. If it doesn't get spin, it does horrible, I turn it off. Simple scales. It's the biggest thing you're going to notice about this whole video right here. Simple scales. This is a result of keeping things simple and not overthinking it for a very extended period of time. That's how we've been able to help this client do those results. Now, as far as each ad set, this particular client right now is still doing flexible creatives just because this particular media buyer on my team is still likes flexible. We do have some other media buyers on my team that are doing what I call just, instead of flexible, they're doing 3 ads, individual ads, all with the different creative versus a flexible ad where you load in all 3 creatives. To be fair here, I'm seeing 0 difference in performance here. This account has tested single ads versus flexible. Other accounts that are doing single ads, we've also tested in flexible, and I'm seeing 0 difference. It does not make a difference which one you use, okay? As long as you're still leveraging the CBO structure, we're doing broad targeting on all these ad sets, or the new Advantage Plus targeting, whatever you want to call it, on all these ad sets. And we're letting Facebook dictate what to spend on based off what's most likely to convert and work on the platform. If it does take overall spend though and hurts performance, I turn it off. Very simple. But if it takes overall spend and helps and improves performance, I leave it on. And then I just increase the budget of that CBO. Very simple. I swear, the reason why I'm having to talk like this is because I say all these things and people are still like, I just don't understand, Nick. It's too simple. I'm like, yes, simple scales. Simple scales. Just another example real quick of each ad set with a flexible creative in this particular campaign right here. We uploaded 3 videos. These 3 videos, all exactly the same. There's not a single thing different besides the visual hook. So if I say, here's how to scale Facebook ads in 2025, the visual hook may be me talking. A different visual hook will just be B-roll that my editor adds over me as I'm talking in the editing platform. And that B-roll might be 2 different videos. One will be like a Facebook ad account increasing in spend, and then another one may be a Shopify store increasing in revenue. And then that way I get my all the same lifts, all exactly the same text hook, all exactly the same voice hook. Just the only difference is there's a visual hook difference for each one. That is it. Now, let's look at systemization here, because again, to achieve results like this, you need a solid system. We've been working with this client now for 3 years. We're about to be 4 years in October. You cannot work with clients like this if you're inconsistent. You cannot work with clients like this if 1 week you're filling or 2 weeks you're filling down and you just don't feel like creating creatives. You have to keep pushing out content for an extended period of time right here. So from a system side, there's a couple things we do here. Number 1, we pick a day each week that we upload all our creatives. So for example, I think for us, we do like Wednesday. On Wednesday, we upload all of our creatives into the account. It runs for 7 days. It does not matter if you do Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, or Sunday. That's just what this particular media buyer prefers to do on this particular account. The account that my other media buyer does, he does a different day. The media buyer on the other account does a completely different day. It's their personal preference. What I genuinely find here is that the day they choose is a day that usually they're a little bit more mentally fatigued and they want a nice, easy task to do all day and just upload a fuckload of creatives. That's the day they choose to do it. Me personally, I love to do Friday. Why? Because Friday, I'm just burnt out for the week and I just let them roll. I let these things run for 7 days, so it doesn't matter. They're all going to get the same amount of time and the same amount of days to test. The next thing from a creative side is that this allows your creative team that's helping you with that account to also understand what days creatives need to be ready for. If I know as a person that's editing videos and photos and stuff, if I know that every Wednesday Nick uploads ads to this account, I need to make sure I have all those ads ready to go for Nick to upload that account on Wednesday. So they all need to be ready for Monday. He can review them Tuesday and then upload them Wednesday. Very simple. So you need a simple system here. I love Asana for project management to help out with this. Next thing, you need to have a system for creating the research or going through the research, creating the ideas for ads. We've uploaded over 300 ads in this account just in a year. You multiply that by 3 years, it's 900 ads we've made for this particular client. It's 900 ideas we had to come up with. So you need a solid system for coming up with ideas, how those ideas are created, and then also creating the script for that ad, the visuals for that, all of those key things. Next thing, as far as, well, Nick, how many iterations do you do versus totally new things? For me, I spend 90% of my time on things I know for a fact work and scale. I spend 10% of my time on testing totally new things. When the 10% thing becomes the new overall winner for that campaign, then I go spend 90% of my time on that new overall winner for variations and iterations until I find a new 10% that becomes the 90%. So it's having understanding right there of what we want to leverage or where we want to spend our time based off what's giving us the highest result right now. And when you do this over a collective extended period of time, that's how you're able to generate results like this. Yes, there's accounts that people have scaled way higher than this. And there's also people that are like, holy fuck, that's a lot of money. This is what works for me. I hope it works for you. This is after thousands of tests I've run in my agency. And if you want to be able to leverage the exact same thing as me in this particular scenario, then click below, have Nick Theriot mentor you. I'll help you set all this up inside of your business, whether you're an agency or whether you're a brand that is scaling. My mentorship is perfect for you in those two cases where I can either come in and help you set this up for your business, or B, you need to understand how to create creatives at scale or run the account and stuff like that. Again, you'd be great inside that mentorship program. Now, if you're like, hey, Nick, I just want you to take this from me, I don't want to touch any of this, then click the link below to have Nick Theriot run your ads. Just make sure you're making at least $100,000 a month in revenue before you do so. I am expensive when it comes down to agency pricing because I work with very few clients at a time. Now, hope you all enjoyed this video breaking down an $8 million Facebook ads campaign. Hopefully it was as complex as you probably thought it was. Make sure to like button, hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And with that being said, my name is Nick Theriot. Talk to you guys later. Peace out.